Hey, this is Ivan, the player from the channel for players. That's right. If you're a player, today the topic of this video, driving again in heavy traffic. I'm taking my time to enlighten you on a very important topic. And for this topic I even have notes. Like I'm doing three, 4 bullet points to say about closing the girl. Now, what is closing the girl? Closing the girl is the agreement for her to have sex with you, to be your girlfriend, and to be your wife. Okay, there's like three levels of that, but let's take the simplistic level where most of men have big problem. And I hope you're not one of them, okay? I hope you're not one of them. I hope. But watching this video, something tells me that you may have experienced some of these problems. So now let's talk about closing. I'm going to talk about in length here, and I hope I'm going to give you good ideas and good concept. I'm not going to give you particular words or scripts because that is not the player way. The player way, it's all mindset. It's all mindset. Now, I will give you a couple of situations, and the most common situation is the guy is going on a date. He's going on a date, he brings the girl in a bar or in a coffee shop or in a restaurant, and he never asked the girl to have sex with him. Well, that's not good. Now, I'm asking you this question, my friend. If you did not ask the girlfriend or the date or your wife to have sex, do you think she will just all of a sudden wake up and attack you and try to have sex with you? Yeah, that's only happened to players. That's only happened to players because that's the player game. But I'm gonna talk about like a little bit lower level than the player. The player way is all different type of game. So you have to go to my other videos to see. But for this particular thing, we're gonna call this closing. Closing the girl is the moment she decided in her mind, and she verbalized, she not just decided in her mind, she also verbalized this to you, that A, she will have sex with you, B, she will be your girlfriend, C, she will be your wife. Okay, this, you have to hear this verbally. If you don't hear it verbally, it's not very good. The player always make the girl to say it verbally. That is like a one point. If you hear this verbally, or if you see in her behavior, that's like the hardest part. That's like the hardest part. If you see, when you do this proposal, when you do the proposal, and I'm gonna tell you like many different ways to say the proposal for sex, you know, not the proposal for marriage. But if you see that you are saying it and she does not rejecting it, accept it as yes. So you just take her by the hand and say, let's go, because women, they like to be controlled. They like to be controlled. And I did multiple videos how to control a woman. Go check them out. So now let's go on my notes here. The first one, to close the girl on that topic, no matter what the topic is, you have to make attempts. You have to make attempts. Many attempts. And some people would say, what is attempt to close? Well, you go to a store and you look at very expensive watch or some kind of shoes, and the first thing experienced salesperson will ask you, you want it? That is, he just made attempt to close. You want to buy it? Okay, he did not ask you, would you like to spend that much money for this thing? He didn't ask you, do you like it? No, immediately the first, that's only good salespeople do it. Now, there are many great salespeople, and actually I don't want to claim I'm one of them, but somehow I do. and I will tell you a bunch of stories about my sales, my selling strategies, my selling techniques, and actually how I train a lot of people within my companies to upgrade their sales multiple times. Let's say if the guy make like $200, $300, based on my selling tactics, skills, and selling training systems, this guy made 3, 4, 5, 10 times more. Now, you have to understand that selling and closing, especially the closing, it has to go through a process. Selling, it's a whole process, right? But the end goal is to ask for the money, or to ask for sex, or to ask for her to be your girlfriend, or to ask her to be your wife. And if you don't ask her, you're not gonna succeed. That is the rule. So do you remember, this is a rule. If you don't ask her, you will not succeed. She will not wake up and say, oh, I love you so much, or oh, I'm so much horny. No, they will not verbalize that. So you have to slowly lay down the foundations. So a couple of tips on the wording. It has to be vague, aloof, yet strong. And how about we go for sex today? How about we go in your house? How about we go to my house to watch a movie? Okay? It should be always excuse for why we go in our house. And when she does not say, when she does not reject this offer, you immediately make attempt to close. You immediately you say, that would be super nice, huh? We're probably gonna have sex, right? Now, this is another attempt to close. It sounds like a little sleazy, it sounds like a little, but the main concept here is that works. This things works because the only guys that do not have sex with the girls are those guys that do not ask the girls to have sex with them. And that's the sad truth. And the reality is that this girl will go to some other guy who would be probably not so intelligent like you, probably not so handsome like you, probably not so sharp or any other quality, but he will just have this one quality. He will know how to ask these questions and how to make multiple attempts to close. Now, how many attempts you have to make to close? Some people say in sales, that's the rule of 3, that's the rule of 5. Some phone calls, you know, there's like a longer process in sales. Sometimes people make 12. They make, oh, the cops are here and I had to pass them. Yeah, I cannot even speak. Anyway, so in some sales processes, if it's a complicated, there are more than 12 attempts to close through the process. Some sales processes, like in real estate, goes for months and months and months. And anytime the salesperson show up to the prospect, to the client that is about to purchase this apartment, condo, or whatever, the first thing the salesperson say, did you make a decision to buy it? Did you make a decision? Are you ready? Are you ready? So this is another attempt to close the deal, because after 4 or 5 months, oh, I'm gonna still think about it. I gotta think about this. I gotta think about the lawyers. I gotta think about the closing fee. The salesperson does not care about all these details. He only wants confirmation. He wants confirmation that in his mind, the buyer made a decision to purchase the property in the real estate. How this will be done? That is the goal of the salesperson. That is the task of the salesperson, to help and walk through the customer through the sales process. So now, there's a very good correlation between sales process and having a girl in your bed. You are the man. You have to walk her through this process, through many attempts to close, and very keen observation how she will react. And if she reacts okay, if she reacts silent, silence is taken as yes, okay? If she doesn't say anything, if she does not say no, that means yes or maybe on womanese, right? So now, In my notes, I also wrote, you have to understand that instead of be understanding the girl of her problems that she is posing on the process of not having sex with you, you should understand the problems of this girl, how she will get through this process. It's a very difficult concept to understand, or maybe I didn't say it right, but now she will give you all these shit tests why it should not have sex with you, why she should not go in your apartment or in her apartment or in a bar or in a restaurant or in a hotel with you to have sex or whatever. She will give you these excuses. You have to understand why she's giving you these excuses. She gives you these excuses, we call them excuses. In cell these are called objections, but we're going to just call them excuses. Now, if you're a salesperson, you understand there is a difference between objection and excuse. Objection is something logical. Excuse is something that comes from internal dialogue. So in the mind of the buyer. So you have to unwind this process of unclear thoughts and to help the buyer, to navigate the buyer through the process to make the purchase, or the girl to have sex with you, to have to be your wife, or to go out with you on a date. This is all closing. So now you have to focus on how you to be solution of her problems. And now, what is the main problem of a girl on a set? The main problem, this is just this part of my talk, it's worth so much. If you get this concept, you can get any girl, anytime, or for any reason. Understand this very, very main concept. Why? What is the main problem of this girl? The main problem of this girl, it's you, because you do not hone your skills to navigate the girl through this very bad process. Because in her mind, she thinks like this: okay, if I go now with him, oh shit, I so much want to go with him, but how my friends will react, what they're gonna think about me, what the society will think about me, what my mother will think about me, if she's a single mother, how my daughter will perceive me as single mother and going with this guy, having sex, and all these internal dialogues. So the problem of the girl is actually you not being able to help her through this process. So there is a little exercise for you. Now you know, as I said, you are the problem in this situation. So I want you to look creatively at this problem yourself and come up with 100 ways, strategies, gimmicks, tricks, phrases to help the girl through this process. And she will say certain things, but you have to reply, oh, okay, no problem, let's do it the other round. She say this, you go the other way, and then you go back to the same attempt to close the deal with the girl. So point number three, I don't know if it's 3 or 4. Point number 3 in my book is say, now this is also very important. The point 3 is believe how you perceive yourself and what you think about yourself and how you view yourself. What is your internal mind picture about yourself? Because your internal mind picture of yourself, it's projected in the world. I'm the type of guy, when I enter the room, it means action. Most of the people know that. Most of the people that knows me, they know as soon as I enter the room, everybody get this sensation. This guy is about to do something here. No matter what, we don't know. Maybe we beat somebody, maybe we hit girls, maybe we close deals, maybe whatever. Maybe we negotiate, maybe we smoothen the situation. The other way, I can go backwards. I'm not the type of action guy that will just go and fight and blah, blah, blah. maybe I smoothen the situation. But my close friends, they know I'm the guy that resolve all the problem, because my core essence is action, and I'm the guy with the plan. I don't go resolve any problems without the plan. I first step back, do a little thinking, conjure some good ideas, and then I go resolve the problem, smooth the problem, or doing anything by action. So now your beliefs about yourself. So now I'm going to tell you some other story to make it. I'm going to make analogy between one of my businesses and this thing about the belief. And I'm going to compare you with a vehicle, with a car. Let's say you have the picture in your mind that you are Toyota Corolla. Okay, standard normal car. But actually you're not Toyota Corolla. Actually you are, let's say, what is above Toyota Corolla? Let's say you are a Range Rover for $50,000. The Toyota is $20,000, $30,000. Let's say you are upper class Range Rover, or you are BMW. Now, if there is discrepancy between your internal image and what you really are, you're going to have a lot of suffering. In life, you're going to have a lot of suffering. Now, I can recommend the book here. The book is by a guy, I forgot the name of the guy. It is called Psycho-Cybernetics. This book deals with the image and the discrepancy of self-image and the real image of a person. Great book, a lot of concept, a lot of ideas. The guy was a surgeon. He saw this through experience. Because he was a surgeon, he became a great author of books later on. But anyway, check this book, Psycho-Cybernetics. If you are dealing with internal discrepancy of who you are and what you can really do, and sometimes there are indications. Sometimes your friends can tell you, wow, you're such a great guy. Why you behave like that? This has to do with your childhood or some earlier trauma in your life, something that is not resolved. You can resolve this by hypnosis, NLP. There are like hundreds of tools and sciences now available to resolve these internal issues. I'm not recommending for this kind of problems. I'm not recommending therapists. Okay, therapists are not good. But a professional hypnotist, yes, may resolve this problem with your internal image. So now, let's say you are really a BMW, you're a ripped guy, you are 25 years old, you are cool, you have a job, but you view yourself as a 1984 Toyota Corolla, maybe diesel, right? So now you put yourself in front of the girl with all these strength and muscles and coolness and stuff, but because you view yourself as an old car or something lower, you cannot even attempt to close. You cannot do it. It's just like, what I say, what I do, how. That is a big problem. So your belief of who you are has a lot to do with how many times you ask the girl to have sex with you, to be your wife, or to be your girlfriend. Do you understand? So this is a serious problem, and you have to resolve this problem. I did a lot of videos in my channel. Check them out. They are especially on this topic. It's more like inner game videos. So okay, yes, what else I'm about to say? I have to see this. Number 5 or number 4, I don't know what is on the list. You have to be pushy, my friend. You have to be pushy. Unfortunately, the nice guys lost whatever was the American slogan. The nice guy is always fucked in the ass. That is unfortunately. If you're a nice guy, go read the book No More Nice Guy. Because in this book, the author reveals that nice guys are not really nice guys. They are not nice as we see it. They are just suckers. Even Dan Penn say, go to the vocabulary and see what nice guy meant 50, 60, 70 years ago. Nice guys was the suckers of the society. Everybody abuse them, everybody use them, everybody. Why? Because they're too nice. They're too nice, they don't stand their ground, they're yes men, they agree with everything, they seek for validation when they should not seek for validation. It's all about this validation. They just want to be out there, they just want to show off, but not, they don't want to show up for the reason of showing off. They just want to show off for somebody to validate them. And what is the opposite of nice guy? Yeah, that's the pusher, that's the closer, that's the guy that come and like boom, 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 boom. And guess who the girls like? They don't like the nice guys. You fool yourself if you think being nice you will get anything in life. You have to be nice enough in the society, you have to be mannered, you have to be polite, you have to be courteous. Yes, all of these things you have to be. But when it comes to the closing, when it comes to have sex, make her your girlfriend or marry her, it has to be the pushy guy. It has to be the pushy guy. Because I'm going to tell you, what's going to happen if you are not that guy, if you are not pushy? So, go home and try to be pushy to your walls, to your furniture, to the boxing equipment in the gym. Try to be a little bit more pushy. If you have this problem, if you are not pushy, my friend, wake up. If you are not pushy enough, the patterns of life, my friend, will be pushing you around till the rest of your life. How beautiful I say it. That's how it is. Somebody, they say, if you don't have a plan, you are always in the plans of somebody else. Guess who? Probably your boss, probably your wife, probably your girlfriend, because you don't have your own plans. The same is with pushing. If you are not pushy enough to push your way through this crazy and complex yet simplistic universe, somebody else will be pushing you around through this simple yet complex universe. So here is the closing. Work on your skills. Work on your skills. Check these 4 or 5 points. I don't know how many I gave. And I can do videos such as this with hundreds of examples. By the way, I'm going to give you one more. I was just previously talking on the video about this business that I have. I'm exporting cars to Europe. And I found out something very strange, very in the beginning. And I'm going to make an analogy. Now, when I started this business, I went and I did research and I went to people that was already in this business. I learned as fast as possible their craft. So one guy say a sentence that I was like shocked. He say, you make your money when you purchase the car. I say, wait a minute. And he say, yes, could be $1,000, could be $5,000, could be $10,000, depending on the car. How this works? Well, the car is $10,000. You go and you start negotiating. You start negotiating with the seller this time, with the seller to lower the price down. Now, what I found out, there are 2, 3 or many different ways to do that, but there's one big difference. I don't come with the money, I just do blah, 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 and I'm trying to lower the price. The second option is I come with the hard cash money. I come with $10,000 in my pocket. I put the money and I say, give it to me for $7,000. Guess what happened? I just made $3,000. I made it multiple times with this numbers, with this what I exactly tell you. Exactly, that's how it happened. And before I did that, before I understood the power of cash in my hand, I was struggling. I could not, on the same deal, 10,000 to 700, I could not even break down $1,000, which is normal, to get 10% discount immediately. Now, I want to give you this story. I want you to understand. See yourself as the cash. See yourself as the cash. And if you do have the cash, if you see yourself as the cash, all of a sudden tremendous powers will come in your presence and in your awareness. And I can tell you, guy, I can tell you, friend, you are that cash. Because you are a man, you have balls, you have penis, and women want that penis. In the same way that the buyer wants my cash, but now he see it in his reality. The cash is here, he can touch it, he can smell it, he can check if this is real. You got the idea? So now you're on a table with the girl. You're on a table with the girl. You are the cash. You have a penis, you have 2 arms, you have 2 eyes, you have nose, you have beautiful ears and stuff. And you are not using it. You don't show it off. You don't say you have all these things. It's like it's like a dickless guy that is talking blah 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 blah, and the girl is thinking in her mind, she's thinking, how big is his dick, or whatever she's thinking. Oh, maybe he has a beautiful dick. You know, they think crazy stuff. I'm gonna tell you that later. These women, they think they have sexual fantasies once you get into her presence. And now you're the cash. Remember that. What is the cash? It's your aura, it's your talk, it's your smile, it's your look, it's your muscles, even it's your belly. It's like a lot of fat boys, they don't get it. You know how many fat boys are being loved by women, and just because they cannot close the sale, they don't get married, they don't have girlfriends, or they are not getting laid. Okay, so I'm giving you this analogy. I hope you understood this analogy. You are the cash. You have all the powers because women want you. They really want you the way you are. And now I'm going to ask you one question. One question that will actually put you in, wow, how is that? If this woman did not like you at all, why she would spend even 5 seconds of her precious life? Because women are very self-centered. They are more self-centered. They need more validation. Genetically, psychologically, and biologically, they are wired to get attention. And there are hundreds of other guys, she can give her attention to them. So why she is with you on that closing table, my friend? Why she is with you? Yeah? If she did not like you in any way, shape and form, or if she did not find anything good in you, why she would be there? It doesn't make sense, right? So she's there because you are the cash. So subscribe to the channel, push the notification button if you have friends or relatives or other guys or even girls that have this problem, because this is for men, but this is even more for women, because I know women so well. They are so horny, they are so much want to have sex, but they cannot ask. They cannot even attempt to go direct and say to the guy, hey, I like you, I think you are a cool dude, let's go have sex. But they are thinking in their mind, but they cannot do it. I hope you get the message. Send this video if it makes any sense. Excuse me for my bad English. If this makes any sense to you, send it to a few friends, maybe one close friends that have problems in dating, in relationship, in having sex with girls. Send him this video and enjoy the show, my friend. You are the cash.